In this video, we're going to talk about formulas and relationships in the context of equations. So we're going to take what we learned from working out and solving equations, and we're going to apply that to formulas and relationships, okay? Usually you will hear a term called a formula or a rule, okay? Now, a formula or a rule is an equation containing two or more variables. So a variable is represented usually by a letter. Okay, so here we've got x and y, and we also have m. Okay, so you're seeing that there is two or more variables in this equation. We can call it a rule. Okay, and the subject, okay, of a rule is the pronumeral that occurs by itself on the left-hand side. So since m is by itself and it's on the left-hand side, we call that the subject, and we're usually trying to find out what the subject is, so what number it's representing. Now, there's two steps you always follow to work out, to solve formulas, okay? And that it's first of all to substitute all the known values. So usually you might be given a question and it might say x equals 2, y equals 3, find m. Okay, so that would be substituting, swapping in what we know. Okay, the second step is to solve the equation and find the unknown value. So let's do one example together. It says apply the formula for a rectangle's perimeter. So the perimeter is the outside of the rectangle. Okay, and it's given us this formula here. P equals 2L times 2W, and L represents length and W represents width. So part A says find P when L is 4 and W is 7. So we're going to do step 1, which is to substitute what we know. What we do is when we work out these types of problems, the best thing to do is to write the rule out in full. So P equals 2L plus 2 W. Okay, now we know, so P equals 2 times 4, because L is 4, plus 2 times 7, because W is 7. Now we can use BODMAS to figure this out. We do the multiplication first, so 2 times 4, 8, plus 14. You add them together, 22. So P, which represents perimeter, is 22. Okay, let's have a look at part B. Find L when P equals 40 and W equals 3. So this time we know what P is. So I'm going to write the formula out in full. P equals 2L plus 2W. P is 40, so 40 equals 2L plus 2 times 3. Basically, we're going to solve this equation. We want to get this L by itself, and that means we can find out what it will represent. Okay, so 40 equals 2L plus 6. Now let's get that L by itself. So let's take away 6 from both sides. So we can remove the 6 from the right-hand side. Cross it off here. 40 take away 6 is 34. So 34 equals 2L. So that L still isn't by itself. The L is being multiplied by 2. So let's do the opposite operation of multiplying by 2, which is to divide by 2. Okay, that means on the right-hand side I can cross out my 2's. 34 divided by 2 is just 17. So 17 equals L. So the length is 17, and you can say, therefore, L equals 17, and that's your answer. Okay, so in this step here, it was a little bit more complex because we had a value on the left-hand side and we needed to rearrange our equation, okay, to find out what L was. But it's not different to what we were doing beforehand, okay?